Good evening. My name is Edward Sanshin Oberholtzer. I'm the resident priest and guiding teacher of the Joseph Priestley Zen Sangha here in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. We're a part of Empty Moon Zen. Our ancestor, Keizan Jogen, after recounting the enlightenment experience of the Indian monk Michaka, finished case 7 of his collection, The Transmission of the Lamp, with a poem. Though there be the purity of the autumn waters extending to the horizon, how does that compare with the haziness of a spring night's moon? Most people want clear purity, but though you sweep and sweep, the mind is not yet emptied. I always face having my eyes examined with a certain amount of trepidation, particularly if I'm supposed to get a new prescription for eyeglasses. That binocular-like contraption descends over my face there in a darkened room, and the doctor inserts a series of trial lenses. Is it better one or two? One or two? The earlier ones are easy to distinguish. It's when we get to the final stages that I find myself convinced that I've made the wrong choice. Is it better one or two? I just can't tell. And I leave, prescription in hand, convinced that I've chosen badly, that my new glasses won't give me what I have since childhood longed to see. The night sky, vast and black, covered with stars like pinpricks, as tiny, almost dimensionless points of light. An immense array of clean, precise, scintillating stars. Instead, they are all small, fuzzy patches. If I'm honest with myself, I realize that it's not the fault of the optometrist, not the fault of the testing device, no, not even my own fault for choosing incorrectly. No, it's simply that these are the eyes I've been handed. They've stood me well, considering, but they're getting old. No corrective lenses are going to give me the eyesight of a 20-year-old. No prisms are going to compensate for double vision. No vitamins, no injections will stave off forever macular degeneration. It's the hand I've been dealt. The hand, quite frankly, we've all been dealt. I know the world through a veil of delusion, but in the end, it's how I know the world. The Buddha, in seeking the way, came to realize that it was with this body, however inadequate it might be, that he would awaken. And so, when the young village girl offered him a bowl of rice porridge, he took it gladly, and with that body sat under the Bodhi tree to be awakened at the rising of the morning star. I wonder, fuzzy or pinprick? We move towards enlightenment, towards awakening using all of these deluded means: eyes that are failing, ears that miss out on what's being said, hands and figures that can be misled, thoughts that are tainted with misconceptions, prejudice, and ignorance. Yet, this is all that we have. We apprehend our true nature with tools that seem completely inadequate. It's hard work, but it can be done. So here we are. If you're like me, you've just sat for about an hour with a mind that jumps from thought to story to obsession, wondering how far I have come on the road to enlightenment. And what is this enlightenment anyway? delusion upon delusion. But hold them lightly, dance around with them, and you'll find that enlightenment, faintly at first, that subtle swish of the ox's tail disappearing through the reeds. But there, hand in hand with delusion, two sides of one coin. No, just the one coin. Herodotus, the Greek writer of the conflict between Greece and Persia, is sometimes called the father of history, and at other times the father of lies. He walked an interesting line. The Greeks prized the purity of geometry, of mathematical proofs. Herodotus, on the other hand, wanted to understand human actions. He understood that each of us has a limited, deluded view of the world and thought that he could approach the truth by questioning many witnesses, hoping to triangulate a truth beyond their individual falsehoods. A good attempt, even if ultimately a failure. And it's the attempt that stands out, and, well, he did tell a good story. We also find ourselves trying to grasp something messy and obscure with means that are, often, just as messy, our own true nature apprehended with this fallible mind. As we turn that lamp inwards, remember Hakuin's words that this very body is the body of Buddha. I was once given, as final instructions for beginners into Zen meditation, the reminder that the face naturally settles into a faint hint of a smile, the same smile you'll often see on statues of the Buddha. I like to think that it's a reflection of that inner state that recognizes that we're all sitting here in brokenness and delusion and wouldn't have it any other way. So I go out in my backyard now in the dark of the night and cast my gaze up to not those pinpricks of light, but to the large, bright, and very hazy moon of spring.